Welcome to our quick fundraising dashboard tour with fundraising tips. In this short video, we're going to do a quick tour of the dashboard, which has been revamped for 2020. We're going to show you around the fundraising center. We're going to go over our new points and rewards, and then we're going to finalize the video with 6 tips that will help you reach success. So here's our new dashboard. It's been revamped to make it more mobile friendly and easier for you to find what you need to use to be successful. Right in the right top of the dashboard, you'll see 3 buttons. One is a social button, which shows you your fundraising dashboard code. You can go a quick click to the email center. You also have your fundraising snapshot, which shows you how much you raised so far, how much your team has raised so far, how much our total campaign has raised, as well as your points. This year, we revamped our points with 2 different kinds of points. One is the activity points, which measures how much activity you do on the dashboard, as far as sending emails or posting, recruiting friends, et cetera, et cetera. Also, the incentive points. These incentive points are tied to your fundraising dollars raised and can be redeemed for prizes. The first thing you see in the dashboard are the 6 steps to success. We recommend that you go through all 6 of these steps. We'll start with making a donation to yourself of any amount, personalizing your fundraising page, sharing on social media, sending emails, as well as saying thank you to all the people who have donated to you. If you go down the dashboard quickly, you can recruit your friends here by sending an email and or copy in this code. We also have a general summary of all the data attached to the fundraising so far with the event, including the weekly donation average for you and the entire event, our top fundraisers, the individuals, as well as the top teams, as well as the all-time fundraising numbers. You can click here to see all on a different page. We also have a link to all your email stats as well. And you can see your next fundraising reward in this bottom corner. Scroll down some more, you have a quick access to the ride info, including the ride day packet, the route, and some of the add-ons that we have, the bike rental or the bus. You can also get to the Strava page or edit your jersey size and so forth here. On the left-hand side in the toolbar, you quickly access some of these important areas. We're going to walk you through a few of them today, starting with the fundraising center. The fundraising center is going to be your home base for all things fundraising. At the very top, again, we put the things that you need to do on a regular basis and the things we recommend everyone do. We'll get to these more in the tips area of this presentation. We also have the data here, again, for a quick snap idea of how you're doing as far as number of donations, the points you've done so far. You also have your address book. One thing great about the address book is that the address book shows you all the contacts that have been involved with your site. So if you're a multi-year writer, you can see all of your past donors here as well. You can also see your current donors. There's also some other filters here as well that you can really manage your address book in a great way. You also have a link. You also have a box here that displays your current donations. And all of this is for quick reference. The next section of the toolbar I want to walk you through are the points and rewards. This has been revamped for 2020. As I mentioned earlier, we have a new point system that divides incentive points and activity points into two different categories. The way our fundraising policy works is that you either have to raise $500 or get 1,000 activity points in order to meet your fundraising goal. We changed this policy so that we can gauge both those who are really active fundraisers as well as those who are really active advocates in our event. We find both to be very important because a lot of our awareness, a lot of our event is about awareness for disabilities as well as autism. The way the activity points work is that you get a point for each dollar raised. You get a point for each donation and social media point post. You get 50 points every time you personalize your page. Most of the one time you do it. You have 150 points when you recruit riders and 250 points if you become a team captain. All these points add up. So the more activity you do in the center, the better. We highly recommend posting to social media and sending emails to your friends as a great way to rack up points. Now, traditionally, when people do take action, they also end up raising money from their friends that they who want to support you and support the cause. On the right-hand side, you see your next incentive point, your incentive benchmark prize. This year, we revamped our prizes so that when you earn 250 incentive points or you raise $250, you get a pair of Bike to Beat sunglasses. When you hit the ride minimum goal of 500, you get your Bike to Beach Ride t-shirt. Well, also, when you hit 500, you unlock all of your incentive points. You can then go to the online store to redeem prizes. So when you go to the online store, you can use your 500 points if you're at 500 to get items in the online store. You can also keep on increasing your fundraising to get other fundraising incentives, such as a hat. We also have added a number of great cycling related items to our online store, including arm warmer, cycling gloves, cycling vests. We have new shorts for men and women. We have tights for men and women. We have long sleeve jerseys. We have a lot of great items these days. So how do you get to these items? There are 6 tips that we have to help you get to your fundraising glory. Whether your goal is to get the 1,000 points for activity or your goal is to raise $500 to support the cause. The 6 tips for today are: 1, personalize your page. 2, use your referral code. 3, share a blog post. 4, share a pic. 5, send an email. And 6, opt in. All of these things can be accessed in your fundraising center. So personalize your page. The few ways to access personalize your fundraising page, as you can see right in your top of the fundraising page, you have a button here that you can click to personalize your page. When you go over here, you can change your profile picture. I highly recommend you do that. You can also edit your personal URL. This is a URL that you share with your friends and family. You can also change the text that is on the front of your fundraising page. As a sidebar, you can also edit a lot of your registration information on this page as well, including where you're going to start, where you're going to ride outdoor, or what distance you're going to do. You can also add on your buses or anything else you need here. But this is what your page looks like. And when you personalize, when you add pictures, they show up here. Also, you can customize any of this text here as well. This is what your friends see when you share your referral URL. So the next tip is share your referral URL and your fundraising URL. You can access that in your top toolbar to the right-hand side here under social. This is something you can just copy and paste and paste it in any of your Facebook or social media posting. I highly recommend copying and paste this and putting it into a text message and texting some of your friends. That's a huge tip. People who receive text messages from you directly are more likely to respond and support you in some minimal way or some great way as well. So get creative about how you share this, but this is the #1 way to get people to your fundraising page. Second tip is to use the social media options here. You click right here in your portal, you can click and sign in directly into your Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and share this URL. We also have a sharing section on our portal, which you can access in social media tools on the left-hand side of your dashboard, or you can access it directly from the social tab in the toolbar. Here, we have provided shareable images as well as videos that you can share directly from the portal to social media. When you share from your portal, your actions are tracked and contribute to your activity points. You simply have to click on Facebook, log in, and then we'll give you customized text that you can post directly to your social media. Other things great to share, you go back to fundraising page, center, are some of our blog pieces. We have a fundraising blog that has a lot of great stories that we've written over this year and over the last couple of years about the cause. So for example, we have a recent one about fitness during the pandemic and how different organizations are working with our disabilities and autism community to help kids stay fit while their schools are closed. You can share this directly from the page here, or you can copy and paste the URL and share it on Facebook or share it on Twitter. I highly recommend that you share at least one blog post to help educate our community about what's going on within the autism disability community. It's a great way to tell your friends why you're biking to the beach. Another great way to tell your friends why you're biking to the beach is via email. There are a few ways to access our email center. We have a link again in the left-hand toolbar. You can also click directly from the page here. The email center has been revamped to make it easier to send email. You simply need to choose a type of email you would like, whether it's a recruiting email, a fundraising email, one that's cause focused, one that has a little humor to it, and it automatically populates down here in the email center. Here you can change your name, how it's displayed. So for example, mine says Benjamin by default, but if I want to go by Ben, I can make that change there. I can also change the email address it's coming from. I can select my audience. So this year I can quickly, in this quick drop down, I can click the people who donated to me in 2018. Or I can manually input emails right into the to function here. Lastly, I can upload people to my address book by clicking here. Here you can add a subject, anything you want, support me, for example, and then you're basically good to go. The last thing you can do is actually, you can select the button you want at the bottom of your email. So whether if it's a donation email, you can do donate, which is the default. You also have one that is a join me button and then a connect button, which kind of takes people to our social media pages. You click review and send, follow the instructions, and the email is sent right away. Also on this page, you have your address book. Again, this will automatically populate based on who's donated to you in the past. You can also click here to upload your address book from Google, AOL, or a myriad of different options. I highly recommend you take the time to update your address book, because the address book will stay in your profile for as long as you're biking to the beach. So the work you do now to update your address book when you sign up again next year, you can go right into your address book and get started right away. So the last tip is to opt in. We have a great program where we have 4 written email templates that are ready to go out in the last week of fundraising. I believe 3 go out the last week and 1 goes out on afterward as a thank you. If you opt in by clicking here, these emails will automatically be sent to people in your address book who have not donated to you this year. So this is a really easy way for emails to go out without you having to do any other work except click this blue button here. And Bite to Beach will automatically send them a fundraising email, a cause-based email, to your supporters, asking them to support you. So this is a no-brainer way. Our goal is not to spam people; it's just to make your job easier and then let your address book know the great work that you're doing for autism and disabilities. Those are our tips. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions or comments, please email us at info@bitetothebeach.org.